Hey everyone, this is Mary DeMuth, and this is Pray Every Day, where I pray you through the Bible verse by verse. And we're going through those relational scriptures from the 7 deadly friendships. And today's is a really short one, coming from the book of Jeremiah, chapter 17, verse 9 in the Common English Bible, CEB. And it says this: "The most cunning heart, it's beyond help. Who can figure it out?" Mind if I pray for you? Lord, so I have really tried to figure this out. There have been difficult folks in my life where I've almost become a student of them, and I cannot figure out why they do the things that they do or why they act in the way that they act. And Lord, it's become kind of a circle for me where I'm going around and around and around and around and around trying to figure out why they do things or what makes them tick or why they act the way that they act toward me. And Lord, I also can't figure out my own heart, because there are times, so many times, please forgive me, where I am constantly circling back around to the same sin over and over again. And I say, oh no, I'm not going to do that again. And yet I continue to go back to it. And I'm so grateful for your grace. So I pray that you give us a grace-filled perspective and an ability to let go of trying to figure it all out. Thank you that you understand. You understand all of us. You created us. You know everybody's story. I can't know everybody's story, nor do I know the secret parts of their stories, but you know them all. You weave them together. And Lord, I pray for a redemptive view of those who act like enemies in my life and for the enemies in my listeners' lives, that we would instead pray for those who persecute us, to look at them redemptively and to be able to see them with eyes of compassion instead of always just trying to figure them out or placing them in a category, Lord. All of us defy categorization. I know I do. I'm not one thing, I'm another. I'm a conundrum, I'm sure. And so, Lord, I pray that you would help us to afford the kind of grace that you give all of us to those who differ from us, and help us to learn to be like Atticus Finch from To Kill a Mockingbird, to walk around in the shoes of those who have a different perspective. That is something that I'm learning the older I get, that there's not 2 sides to a story. There's about 58 sides to a story. There's nuance, and I cannot know it all. And oftentimes when I listen to the anger of somebody else, Lord, I hear pain. And it's really fascinating to get to the bottom of the anger, because it's usually someone who's wounded. So Lord, help us to be patient with people, and help us to be tender and kind-hearted and loving toward those who differ from us, those who have cunning hearts, those who cut people down. There's something going on there, and I don't always discern it beautifully, but you understand it well. So Lord, I pray that you give us the freedom today to do a couple things: the freedom to pray for those who hurt us, the freedom to let go of trying to figure them out, and the freedom to try to control the relationship. Lord, give us the wisdom that we need to know when it's time for us to walk away, because sometimes there are necessary endings in life and we just have to walk away. Teach us when you want us to engage with winsome joy and with kindness and compassion. And Lord, help us to know when it's time to take a break. Maybe there's a relationship in our lives that we just need to take a Sabbath rest from, so that we can heal in order to go back. And sometimes those are permanent and sometimes they're not. Lord, I also pray for those broken relationships in our life that have not yet been reconciled. And I know that there's that ache inside of me for several different relationships that I long to see reconciliation in. Lord, help us to obey the verse in Romans 12 about, as far as it depends on us, to be at peace with all people. So I really do want to do that. If there's something I can do, please convict me. But also help me to know when it's time when I can't fix the other person. I can only work on myself. And so, Lord, help me to hear your still, quiet voice, to learn what it is that you want for me to do. Set us free from the expectations of others today. Set us free from trying to understand why people act the way they do, and instead help us to relinquish control and place our relationships in your capable hands. I pray this in your amazing, powerful name, Jesus. Amen. Thank you so much for listening to Pray Every Day. You are such a blessing to me. Thank you to Rachel Van Zant, who is one of the Pray Every Day Patreons. She went to patreon.com/prayeveryday and is one of the sponsors of the show. So thank you so much, Rachel. I really appreciate you. For the rest of you, I hope you have an insightful, wisdom-filled, joyful day. And today is World Wednesday. I'm so excited to be able to share this with you. Now, from now on, we're going to be doing the Lord's Prayer in different languages. If you speak another language other than English, we would love to have you do that. So you go to marydemuth.com, and there's a little microphone on the right-hand side, and you can quickly record the Lord's Prayer in your language. So how you would do it is you'd say your name, the language you're going to speak in, and then just go ahead and say and pray the Lord's Prayer in your language. So without further ado, here is today's World Wednesday.
Hello, Claudia Tappeser here. I'm from Berlin in Germany, and my website is healingcare.de, and my podcast is Super Visionaries Secret Talks. Mind if I pray for you? Vater unser, der du bist im Himmel. Geheiligt ist dein Name. Unser Reich kommt. Dein Wille geschieht. Wie im Himmel, so auf Erden. Unser tägliches Brot gibst du uns heute und vergibst uns unsere Schuld. Wie auch wir vergeben unseren Schuldigern. Du führst uns in der Versuchung und erlöst uns von dem Bösen. Denn unser ist das Reich und die Kraft und die Herrlichkeit von Ewigkeit zu Ewigkeit. Amen. Have a blessed day with lots of love, fun and freedom.